It is officially Blazers franchise offseason, and after going out in the Western Conference Finals in a pretty disappointing fashion, when you take a step back, you go a full retrospective of everything that's been going on with the Portland Trail Blazers. I must say I'm pretty content. I'm pretty happy with the way this team performed, with all of the expectations that we exceeded, and just let alone making it to the Western Conference Finals is impressive. The last time they made it was when Dame and CJ were at the height of their powers, and we have a clear direction that we want to go. You look at this team. We had to get rid of Damian Lillard. He's just too old. Send him over to the Sacramento Kings. And what is he doing at this point for them? 88 overall, 33 years old. Got 3 more years left on this deal. He's probably going to be down to an 85, 86 this upcoming season. And man, 48, 58, $63 million. Just way too much money on the books. We have Anthony Simons starting to come into his own. Now, is he going to stick on the team? That's going to be yet to be seen as we go into this offseason. Brought in De'Aaron Fox. He was a fire starter. He was energetic, he was athletic as all hell, which is what we're trying to go in the direction. We have Shaedon Sharpe. We're trying to get younger, more athletic, and De'Aaron Fox was that dude. Now, is he going to stick around for a while? I do not know. In fact, I do not think so, because he is so injury prone that it causes a problem for this team. He gets hurt, God, so many times in this series. Just it feels like every other time that we were playing with him, he was hurt, he was injured, and we had to go with the backups, which is a problem when he's your best player. So when your best player doesn't play basketball, you're going to lose a lot of games. He played in the playoffs 18 games, but got hurt. 66 last season, 73 in the year we got him. And I was like, oh, De'Aaron Fox is the answer. He's the best player we've ever played with. He played almost all 82 games, had one minor injury, and then just got hurt. And you see with his career, he's always been a little bit dinged up. And yeah, it is what it is. De'Aaron Fox might be on the move, as well as Mitchell Robinson, somebody who surprisingly hasn't gotten hurt. He's been dealing with his share of injuries when he was a New York Knick, but he's just not the answer as well at the center position. If he performed how he does in game when we're playing with him, being a lob threat, being a great defender, being a lockdown defender for the 5 position, being a great rebounder, we would say, all right, Mitchell Robinson, we love you. We want to keep you on the team. But in simulation, he is just hot garbage. Night in, night out. He will give you 0 points and 4 rebounds. And I just don't need that on the team. On top of that, he doesn't even want to be here. For whatever reason, playing for winner, important. And while we were winning, we weren't winning as good as we should have, according to Mitchell freaking Robinson. So he didn't want to be here. We're going to be looking to move him and shedding even more salary because he's got, what, maybe $16 million a year on his deal. Brought in Keegan Murray on his rookie deal. He was less than expected in game. In simulation, Keegan Murray is a great player. He gets 20, 30 points routinely. But in game, man, defense is bad. His feet is slow. He doesn't rebound. He doesn't really score. Keegan Murray been a bit of a disappointment as we traded for him. Jakob Poeltl, the backup center, the perfect backup center. So good, I would trade James Wiseman for him. The backup center has been great for us. Everett McLeod has been great for us as the second first-round pick that we had. Shaedon Sharpe starting to come into his own. He might be moved down to a facilitator position. I'm going to look at some of his tendencies, see what we can do there. Trendon Watford, holy crap, you have to go. I'm so disgusted at the way Trendon Watford plays defense. It offends me how many times in a game there's a layup where he just doesn't even move. He stands there in drop coverage and goes, oh, are you going in for a layup? Sorry, there you go. It bugs me. Luke Kennard came over, 1 year on his deal with the team option, which we're certainly going to decline because I'm going to try to go into this free agency with a little bit of money. Got a few players I want to target. Donovan Webster, man, has he been elite. He spaced the floor. He was knocked down from the 3-point line this year. Basically, every play that we called started with going to Donovan Webster because, whoo, did he shoot 40% from the 3-point line. Donovan Webster, electric. Gary Harris just here for a little bit of depth. Hassan Whiteside actually was okay. Bodied Karl Anthony Towns. Eric Bledsoe even made a couple buckets, made a 3-pointer. And Keon Johnson still trying to develop him. It's just tough to force minutes into him because he's an undersized 2-guard. And we already have De'Aaron Fox. And we already have Shaedon Sharpe. And we already have Anthony Simons. But we're going to go in to this offseason. Need to see who wins the NBA Finals. And I'm just going to sim through it because we're not here. And the team that we lost to won the NBA Finals. So you got to give some consolation prize that we were theoretically could have been the second best team in the NBA. And we don't have any 90 overalls on our squad as well. Anthony Edwards does win Finals MVP, 40 points per game, had a electric playoff run, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Not bad for him. Just a quick peek at the remainder of the stats. Player stats, and we played a lot of games. De'Aaron Fox, no surprise, our highest scorer just because he's so electric. And it's going to hurt to try to trade him away, but man, is he hurt all the time, and it hurts our team. How many times can I say hurt in the same sentence? Anthony Simons was okay. He's just really streaky at this point in his career. Gonna see if he sticks around. Keegan Murray gave you 17 in simulation. Great. Donovan Webster, Shaden Sharp, Evan McLeod. The rookies were great, man. They really turned this team around. I appreciate that. And they're not even 80 overalls. Mitchell Robinson, Jakob Poeltl in rebounds. Assist De'Aaron Fox. Shooting wise, I mean, shooting is still not great. Anthony Simons, 44%. That's great. Keegan Murray, 34%. That'd be a little bit better than that. Donovan Webster, 38 in the playoffs. Evan McLeod's 30. He really struggled from the three-point line, but he's more athletic. I don't know. Shaden Sharp was good, 38% for him. De'Aaron Fox, 32. Luke Kennard, 41. Gary Harris, 40. So, going into the offseason, player retirements. Cliff Paul is hanging up the cleats, 39 years old. Certainly going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer for him. Trevor Ariza is retiring. Al Horford, Big Al is finally going out. Lou Will, Nicholas Batum, JaVale McGee, Eric Gordon, a couple of guys who probably should have been retired. PJ Tucker retiring. That's an interesting one. Griffin, Ricky Rubio. Patrick Beverly is gone. After he wins his chip with the Timberwolves, he says, I've done enough. I've seen enough. I'm going out on top. Can't blame him, honestly. The rest of these guys don't have a team. Rodney Hood, Nemanja Bjelica. A lot of these guys are retired. Kind of weird. But hey, Jordan Bell, Sam Decker, Brad Wanamaker, Devontae Kaycock. Ignas Brazdeikis is retiring. Oh no. Carson Edwards. Man, he just could not get a hold. Kyle Guy. Oh no. Not Kyle Guy. He's my favorite guy. Charlie Brown Jr. Killian Tilly. Really? Huh. Jay Scrub. Oh, poor guy. Elgin Blevins. Oh no. Damian Lillard's old friend. We didn't give him a job after we cut or traded Damian Lillard, and old Elgin Blevins couldn't go anywhere in the NBA. Okuno Campazzo. Man. A lot of interesting players. Admiral Schofield. Actually having a kind of a bounce back year right now in Orlando. Mac McClung. Andy Brown. Matt Ryan, former Indianapolis head coach. Quarterback. Those are the words I'm looking for. Georgios Kalaitzakis. He's already out of the NBA. Can you believe that? The final pick in last year's draft. Already gone. Nobody wants him. And then these look like a whole bunch of creative characters. Dejan Jaro, I know him. Moving on to staff signings or staff retirements. Nobody going. Hall of Fame inductees is, of course, Cliff Paul ending his illustrious career. Jur 3. I agree, 2K. I agree. Gonna get his jersey retired alongside former teammate Blake Griffin by the LA Clippers. Didn't win any championships, but I guess they want to retire the number 3. Going into league meetings, are any of these going to be interesting or good for us? Allow 7-day contracts. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take advantage of it, but I'd certainly like to see that. So yes. Eliminate the shot clock. I'm in. Let's do it. Eliminate sudden death. I'm in. Let's do it. Eliminate the salary cap. What are you people on? And then the draft lottery. Just not going to do the elimination tournament. What happens is if you do that, it bugs out the entire offseason. So while it would be fun in theory to do this, I don't want to break this franchise mode file. So here we are, the draft lottery. We have a top pick. Suns via Charlotte. We have the number 1 overall pick projected. So we need to win this. Oh man, come on. I want Lamont Lowe. He needs to come over to our team. And actually, before I even tell you about that, and I think it's Lamont Lowe or bust really, there's a second player that we want to look at, but this man out of Virginia Tech looks to be a beast. He's just so good. Hall of Fame ceiling, Pau Gasol floor, great rim protector, low post defender, one of the best rebounders. How is he offensive wise? I don't know. No medical concerns, doesn't have any stats. D+ 3-point scoring is a problem. How is his athleticism? It's a B. So he's already a decent player athletically. He's got incredible potential, already an 81 overall, comparable to our starting centers. And look, Lamont Lowe is going to be that dude for us. Behind him, who was the other scout that we had? Randall Terry, who may go, where is he? He goes 7th. So I would theoretically like to move to, say, pick 5 if he falls there. But Randall Terry would be the other dude that we are theoretically looking at. The rest of these guys, just not really worth it. You look at their potential, you know, Mitch Richmond, All-NBA. That's kind of the exact same as what we had with Donovan Webster and Evan McLeod. They're going to fill out a role on the team, but they're not going to be much more than that. Tyler Elliott, OG Anunoby, Bo Simmons can be an all-star. I mean, okay, that's fine. Mid-80s at best. But Randall Terry looks to be a stud. All offense, no defense. James Harden, player comp. I'm in. Who needs defense? We're going to score 150 points every night. Here we are, though, the draft lottery. It's time to see if the Portland Trailblazers get the number 1 overall pick. Winner of pick 14 is going to be the Grizzlies, and the Grizzlies take ownership over the Golden State Warriors. Winner of the 13th pick to the Raptors is the Raptors. All right. Pick number 12, likely to be the Kings, does in fact still the Kings, so everybody's staying right where they should be. 11 to the Magic. And it is the Magic. No surprises at this point in the NBA draft lottery. Number 10, likely the Pelicans, it is the Pelicans. Still no surprises, dropping down to pick number 9. Pelicans had the right to swap picks with the Pelicans. What? Pick number 9 going to the Nuggets is still the Nuggets. Okay, number 8. I don't really know how the draft lottery works either. It makes no sense. It feels like they go backwards, right? They're going backwards. Rockets going to pick up number 8. Pick number 7 to the Spurs, where Randall Terry is projected to go, is still the Spurs. No changes, no movement at this point in the draft. We still have a top 6 pick at this point without making any moves whatsoever. Pick number 6 to the Thunder. The Thunder, of course, are going to have a million picks. It's stupid. This one's via the Clippers. Pick number 5 going to the Jazz is the Pelicans. So the Jazz are going to jump up at least 1 spot into the top 4. That is our first non-standard result of this draft lottery. So here we are. All of our teams have the picks here. All of our teams, what are the words that I'm looking for? All the teams here have the exact same odds to get the number 1 overall pick minus the team that jumped up into it. So the Jazz end up at number 4. And then there were 3. Thank you, reporter. Mark Tatum, deputy commissioner, and then reporter. Number 3 goes, no! We fell back 2 spots. Damn. All right, we got to make moves. We're going to do an old Jason Tatum, Markelle Fultz jump up to get our guy at number 1 overall, Lamont Lowe. That is unfortunate, to say the least. Not what we were hoping for at all, as the New York Knicks walk away with number 2, and that means the number 1 overall pick go to the Thunder. I mean, whatever. Kind of brutal, but we got a top 3 pick, so it's not terrible. It's not end of the world. Kind of sucks, if I'm being completely honest. But hey, number 3 isn't so bad. Staff signing, I don't want to make any changes because we have Mike Stauffer, so that's fine. We have Margold Maris as our shot doctor. I can't think of a better offensive coach than Margold. Can you? So I'm just going to not even touch staff signing. Maybe we'll address it in the midseason. On to the NBA Combine, the fastest man of the classes, Davor Klimov. Where are you from, sir? He's from Russia. Brad Hunt, Norm Gray, Mauricio Sanchez, Herb Randolph, Stanley Hickman, Earl Guerrero. Okay, most agile is going to be Norm Gray. Looks to be a pretty good athlete. 6'2", 200 pounds out of Nebraska. Not bad. Pick 10th projection. Cody Gilmore, Roy Henderson, Herb Randolph, JC Stevens, Lance Butler, Jonathan Howell, Randall Terry, Brad Hunt, Shane Williamson. Randall Terry as well seems to be up here quite a few times. Going to be right outside the lottery. Highest vertical is that dude, Randall Terry. So he's an athletic freak. Roy Henderson, Terry Jennings, Earl Guerrero, Norm Gray, Herb Randolph, Brad Hunt, Davor Klimov, and Malik Carson. Highest bench press going to Gabe Starks, Cliff Carroll, Dion McDonald, Howie Nixon, Bob Holloway, Gabriel Palmer, and a whole bunch of other players that, yeah, that's too many players. And the best 3-pointer of the class is going to be JC Stevens, undrafted player. Oh no, he's going to be predicted 28. I saw drafted, undrafted, and I completely lost it. Not bad for a number 28 overall pick, 6'4", Mark Price. That's interesting. Definitely going to add him to our board if we can. Junior Butler, and then Randall Terry, the 3rd best 3-point shooter. Definitely going to look at him. Zach Lyons, Norm Gray, Roy Henderson, Ray Sharp, Earl Guerrero, Mike Douglas, Jackie Barber, Eric Lyles. All right, on to the pre-draft workouts. I don't even touch those. I don't really know how they work in 2K, but it is time for the draft. Now, what do we need to do to flip with, who is it, the Thunder, for the number 1 overall pick? I wonder if they're going to be willing to trade with us. I want to give them pick 3. I want to give them Mitchell Robinson, and I also want pick 6. What would it take to get your starting center of the future, your backup center of the future? Why are we only trading with the exact same teams we always have? We traded with the Kings and the Thunder, and that is it. How much capital would I have to give to make this work? So we jump up a spot and we trade Mitchell Robinson for the number 6 pick. What do you need from me to make this go through in a more realistic fashion? Because we don't have a lot outside of this. I'd like to give up maybe a Trailblazer pick in 2026, and that's it. So that's all I got. Suns maybe. The Suns are pretty good though, right? The Raptors maybe. So how about a future pick 2025 swap best Clippers and Thunder, which is likely going to be the Clippers first round pick, or Mitchell Robinson. This seems to be a little bit more comparable in talent, and they still don't want to do that. Funny. All right, I'll give you the Raptors pick as kind of a pick swap. Mitchell Robinson just thrown on top. I'm only moving up 2 spots here. They still don't want to do that. Wild. Here's my best offer, giving you the Cavaliers top 3 protected 2026 pick, and they do in fact agree to that. So we now have the #1 overall pick. Sorry, Mitchell Robinson, it just didn't work out. I appreciate everything you've done for this team. I appreciate you letting me trade Nurkic for you because I got so frustrated at Yusuf Nurkic's bad defense, but we're going to go in another direction. Center was clearly a hole for this team, something that we need to focus on, and that is going to be the first move of the offseason, jumping up 3-1, picking up the #1 overall pick, period. And here we are, the Portland Trailblazers at #1, able to pick anybody we want, and it's really it's between Lamond Lowe and Randall Terry, who I really want. I don't know if we're going to be able to get him. I'm going to wait till about pick 5, see if he falls there. But Lamond Lowe, the clear consensus #1 player in this draft. We're going to be taking him out of Virginia Tech. He is the center of the future for the Portland Trailblazers. Scouts love to talk about intangibles within a player. Universally, Lowe is regarded as the player with the biggest upside in the entire draft. Highest overall, Lamond Lowe going to be a beast. #2 to the New York Knicks is going to be Tyler Elliott out of Kentucky, a 6'6" small forward we weren't even looking at. So not much to say about that. He isn't the fastest or the strongest or the best shooter. His well-rounded game was good enough. So he's like, I don't know, Keegan Murray maybe. So #3, trading back, receiving Mitchell Robinson, the Oklahoma City Thunder at pick 3. We're going to get Edwin Richardson. Right around here, pick 4, pick 5 is when we're going to think about moving up for Randall Terry. Do we do that immediately? No. We'd have to give up probably one of Everett McLeod or Donovan Webster as well, which is something I really am not looking forward to doing. So I'm going to let pick 4 go. Apparently, this guy's going to take over for Josh Giddey. I don't think so. Best player available, the Utah Jazz take Roy Henderson. So here at pick 5, and looking at the mock drafts, pick 5, Bo Simmons. I think Bo Simmons is consensus to go here. So I think we continue to take the risk. He's at 78 overall. Everybody is mocking him at pick 5. So I think we continue and we say maybe we'll have to make another trade with the Oklahoma City Thunder in just a second. But picks value significantly falls one by one once you get out of the top 5. So #5, we're going to let the Pelicans go. We're going to let Randall Terry slip through our fingers. And they do take Bo Simmons out of Loyola Marymount. So right here. Right here is probably where we're going to have to go. Tyler Jennings, Radoslav. The highest I see Randall Terry going is 7. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to go one more pick. I don't want to trade with the Thunder again. They swindled us. F the Thunder. Who are you going to go with that pick 6? Oklahoma? They go Terry Jennings. All right. Now we're going to go to the Spurs and see if they're willing to make a deal. I'm looking at this screen and I'm just having a tough time deciding between Everett McLeod or Donovan Webster on who we're going to have to give up to try to make a move for Randall Terry. So you look at their 3-point shot. Everett McLeod has an 83. Donovan Webster has an 87. And that 7 points is a serious difference because holy crap is Donovan Webster so much better at shooting the ball. But outside of that, man, Donovan Webster is terrible on the defensive end. Everett McLeod became a little bit of a stopper from us. His perimeter defense was great. His playmaking was so much better. He's more athletically gifted. The only thing is he has a little bit lower potential when we're looking at the B versus B plus in the potential department between these two. But I don't think either of them, man, I got to tell you, I'm leaning towards Everett McLeod just because of what he did in the playoffs, what he offered us on the defensive end. I think we can find 3-point shooting beyond Donovan Webster. I know Donovan, downtown Don was knocked down, but Everett McLeod was a beast for us. And we got to start making moves to put this team over the top. So tough. Or do I want to say, damn it, we'll just give up all the picks that we have. We have 2 first-round picks to make this work. Both of them are going to be really good in this upcoming season. I don't like that move either, but Randall Terry seems like too good of a player to pass up. So at the end of the day, I think we're going to have to give up 1 pick and either Donovan Webster or Everett McLeod. Who do we give up? Defense or offense? Fundamentals versus shooting, because Everett McLeod is always hustling. I got to say, I'm talking myself into trading Donovan Webster for this pick. They like what they have as far as the trade is concerned. What would it take to make this go through? What's brutal is they're close. They like what they have as far as the trade is concerned. So I could push this through with a first round pick. We don't have any first round picks and I don't want to give them up. So tough. I'm going to have to let the Spurs pick. I can't give up another first round pick for somebody who's doesn't play any defense when we already have that. So I'm going to have to let the Spurs, maybe Randall Terry turns into a beast, take him at number 7, and they don't. The San Antonio Spurs select Grant Person. All right, we got to go again. Rockets, you want to make a deal? I'm going to give you Donovan Webster. I know it's not a great thing for us. It's going to diminish our shooting significantly, but Donovan Webster or Evan McLeod, I got to go with the guy who can continue to shoot better. His shooting from the three-point line is only 7 points worse, and he does everything else for us. So downtown Don was elite, but I got to go in a different direction, and they're not interested in this trade. How about I throw in a second as well? Still not interested. All right, we're going to keep going because I can't give up another first-round pick for Randall Terry. I'm sorry. I apologize. Just not going to happen. The Rockets take Randall Terry, 6'5", shooting guard at a Michigan State. That hurts. It was a guy we wanted all the way, and we just couldn't make it work. Unfortunate. Great pickup for the Rockets, who are always going to be a very good team, but we're not going to be making any more trades, any more picks. We did get the best player in the class. Randall Terry fell to 8. That would have been such a snipe if we had any sort of picks whatsoever, but at the end of the day, we walked away with the number 1 overall pick. So you can't say it's a failure whatsoever. Lamont Lowe, number 1 player, 81 overall, starting center, immediate impact player. Now, this is where we need to get a little bit more creative. We have money, and I want to go out and get a free agent. But who's going to be upcoming for us? Man, next year's class is going to be just electric. Jason Tatum, Giannis, Donovan Mitchell. I mean, these guys are just the best of the best. I want to shed some salary, but I don't want to shed too much. So who are regardless, they're going to be coming back. Trendon Watford, just because he's on such a cheap contract at $1 million, has to come back. Keon Johnson, same thing. We built and spent too much money on him to just give up on him now. I know he's only a 74 overall. Keegan Murray obviously has to come back. Jakob Poeltl, I'd love to have back. I'd also like to re-sign him to a cheaper deal. We'll see about Jakob. We'll definitely see. And Luke Kennard definitely going to let walk for $15 million. So Jakob, just because it's $10 million right into the hole, I'm going to let him walk. And Kawhi Leonard is available. Anthony Davis is available. I'm looking at Jaylen Brown. Did he come out just yet? Qualifying offers, obviously nobody on our team. Moratorium. So Kawhi is here. Do we have money? We have $18 million. So this is where we have to start getting a little creative. First things first, De'Aaron Fox has to go. And what are we going to do with him and Anthony Simons and Shaedon Sharpe? You know, it sucks, but I can't seem to find any trades whatsoever that are worthwhile of getting rid of our best player and trying to get better. You look at De'Aaron Fox trades, I get a 34-year-old Paul George, Jeremy Sohan, and Sean Black for Donovan Webster as well. This is just a salary dump at this point. Harry Mullin and D'Angelo Russell. I mean, sure, maybe Harry Mullin can turn into somebody good someday, but not right now. Kristaps Porzingis, Ben Mathurin, who isn't good yet in this game. Jamal Murray and Bones Highland. I mean, that's more money. I'm trying to get less money. I'm trying to get younger, trying to get better. Trey Jones, Ben Simmons, Jalen Brunson, Michael Porter Jr. I mean, these trades just aren't it. You look at it alongside Anthony Simons, you get Drew Holiday, Daniel Gafford, Mikal Bridges, Blake Wesley. Again, just players and trades that aren't going to really make us significantly better. The only play I could possibly think of is getting Ben Simmons and playing him at the ridiculous BS point guard role. Other than that, I don't really know what I could do to put us over the top. Maybe Anthony Simons and De'Aaron Fox as a trade package. Do we go? Should we try to get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander like they wanted to give it to him before? So give him Anthony Simons and De'Aaron Fox, and then what do they need to give us? $15 million in salary. There we go. We'll get Jeremy Grant back. Like, is this the trade that I would make? Probably not. I wonder if they would do it. Anthony Simons and De'Aaron Fox for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Luguentz Dort. Do I want to become the Oklahoma City Thunder? Not really. Not really at all, but would they take it? Yeah, they're not going to take it. I'll give you a Suns first round pick and a second round pick. Just not going to take it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, no surprise, is one of the best players in the NBA. What if we give him Donovan Webster? Would they do that? Would they do it for Donovan Webster? They can't afford it. Would they do it for Everett McLeod, though? I can actually make this an offer. So we get a 91 overall point guard shooting guard. How many assists per game does he do? How many games does he play, actually? So he gives you 6.4 assists. Oh my God, timer. And then games played, he plays in all 82. Yeah. I mean, it's enticing for sure, but I just don't think we have the draft capital to make it work. So yeah, sorry, not going to get Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, unfortunately. I'm going to level with you. I've been trying to make trades for probably an hour now, and I just can't seem to make any go through that seem worthwhile. If I'm trading both De'Aaron Fox and Anthony Simons, I want somebody back who's a bucket. Now, Devin Booker, that dude, he's earning a lot of money though. Yeah, I just can't seem to make a trade work. And you look at this
Free agent
class, even if I were to shed the salary, I'm not seeing a lot. So let's say I trade De'Aaron Fox for that awful Spurs pick that you have right here. Hold on, let me show y'all. Nope, that's not the one. Bam, you go to the Spurs, they're gonna give me Jeremy Sohan and Sean Black. I mean, yeah. Let's say I did that trade, right? And then we got a whole bunch of salary off. The best player we can find is Jaylen Brown, who, don't get me wrong, is a very good player. Look at the season he had, 27 points per game. But 27 years old, only an 89. While next year's free agent class has the capacity to get us Giannis, has the capacity to get us Jason Tatum, even LeBron James if we want, to a lesser extent, Donovan Mitchell if we want to chase the same caliber of player as Jaylen Brown. So I think, because I can't make anything work right now in this
free agent
class, we go to the next year's
free agent
class and we try to target one of these two. So put that in your anticipation seatbelts, and we're going to be waiting for the next season. So that means we're going to run it back. We made the Western Conference Finals. We hope for a little injury luck from the gods. Maybe De'Aaron Fox, we find a good trade partner for him in the middle of the season. Hell, maybe after the first moratorium of free agency, we find somebody better. But we're going to sap and fill up our depth, get some better pieces here. And really, what do we need? I guess maybe some forward depth. Who is available? Because we have some money. We've got like $18 million available. What kind of player could I target with 18 million? Wow, I could go after Tyrese Halliburton. I want to. Basically, long story short, we're going to run it back one more year, and we're going to be targeting this free agent class. I've been thinking about targeting it. I know it's a few years out. It's been a while since we've even tried to compete for a championship, but Giannis and Jason Tatum are just too good to try to pass up, to try to make an offer at. And even if that doesn't work, LeBron James or Donovan Mitchell will be our consolation prize. So that is going to be our plan. Not this year, but next year. We're going to make a huge splash in free agency. That means we're probably going to get rid of, if not one, both of these starting point guards. But for now, they're going to stick around. We're going to need to get a good point guard 3 because De'Aaron Fox is always hurt, and Anthony Simons he's even a point guard, really. Shaedon Sharpe, we're going to see his development and progression as this season continues. Keon Johnson likely is going to be our backup shooting guard for the future. Evan McLeod, Donovan Webster going to have to figure out what we're going to do at this position. Keegan Murray hopefully continues to develop in his own right alongside Trent Wofford, Lamon Lowe. So we need a backup center. We do have about 20, maybe $18 million, so I can make a competitive offer to a low tier player who just doesn't really have a lot of options at this point. Markelle Fultz would be a great pickup for us. Klay Thompson, man, can you imagine? How about Klay Thompson for 1 year? Does that sound a little bit spicy? It kind of does. He's old as dirt. He's going to regress, but we're only going to be using him as a backup player off the bench. His perimeter defense can't regress that hard. I know he is 34 years old, but this was back when 2K thought he was good. The other option is CJ McCollum or maybe Jalen Smith, but I just don't want to tie up any money because we're going to be going after those big name free agents in the next season. So I'm going to give Klay Thompson 2 years. We're going to decline this team option next season. $17.28 million. And then I'd like to go and re-sign our awesome backup center in Jakob Poeltl, and maybe even give Luke Kennard a minimum contract as well. That just seems to make a lot of sense. So Jakob, we're going to have to come back to you. Luke Kennard, Klay Thompson do in fact agree. Unfortunately, I can't bring back Luke Kennard as well. And let's see if I can bring back Jakob Poeltl on, look at that, much cheaper of a contract. 1 year, $5 million. I mean, that's just good stuff, right? 1 year, $4 million. That's half the price of what we're going to take his team option for. Can we bring them both back? I can't. Kind of dumb. I don't know why it says we have bird rights, but hey, what do I know about 2K? So, Klay Thompson, he's going to be our major 1 year free agent signing. And who can I offer money to? All right, sorry, Jakob. Had to do some math, some magic, but let's see what we can do. Mo Bamba, I threw out an offer him just in case he might sign. He doesn't. No surprises. Jakob Poeltl being a bit of a stickler here, kind of annoying me. Jakob signed with the Hawks. He doesn't want to join us. He doesn't want to join our squad. All right, then we're going to have to go in a different direction, get maybe an undersized center, get a Nick Claxton. Wow, that really hurts. That put a damper on this season. Do I want Precious Achua? He's just so undersized. But what is his inside? It's an A, 6'8". We can't afford him anyway. So I guess Nick Claxton is going to be the guy that I try to go after here. Nick, please join our squad. Please, we're going to have to fill out the roster eventually. All right, Nick Claxton does finally re-sign on day 6, and I had to send out a couple offers to minimum level contracts as well. Alex Caruso, Dante DiVincenzo going to be future depth for our team. So not going exactly the way that we wanted. Pretty much been a complete bust. But we have Anthony Simons, we have De'Aaron Fox, and we have the GOAT Caruso now as point guard 3, significantly an upgrade from Eric Bledsoe. We have Klay Thompson, who's going to be probably our small forward, might even be starting if we're being completely honest, just because of the way that this roster is constructed. Klay moves up to the small forward position where he actually goes up 1 overall as well. Then you got Shaedon Sharpe, gonna progress. Dante DiVincenzo, Keldon Johnson, Keon Johnson, definitely fine there. Klay Thompson, Evan McLeod, Donovan Webster, Keegan Murray, Trendon Wofford, Nick Claxton, our number 1 overall pick, Lamont Lowe, and let's just get a center 3 and call it a day. This is going to be about as good as it gets. I was going after Willie Hernangomez. I'm thinking about Kevon Looney as well. Maybe Cody Zeller. Any of those. Anyone else I really want to go after? Maxi Kleber. Damian Jones is just a really bad basketball player. Thinking about Boogie Cousins. I think he's just too old. Trez Harrell, too short. I was thinking about Kelly Olynyk as well, but I think Willie Hernangomez or Kevon Looney, or maybe both. Why not? What do I want? 6'11" Billy? We'll go 6'11" Willie Hernangomez. Sorry, Kevon Looney, you're not going to be on the team. So how are we looking roster-wise? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think I can sign one more player, but I'm not going to. DeJounte Murray just sitting here waiting for a contract. I was going to send him an offer, but I couldn't make it go through. Jaylen Brown, same thing. I was going to send him an offer, but I couldn't get it to go through. I was going to do a Tyrese Halliburton, Jaylen Brown revamped Portland Trailblazers lineup, but I think it's just too unrealistic, and we're going to be targeting this free agent class in the upcoming season. I mean, Giannis and Jason Tatum, you can't get any better than that. And you look at our future salary, right? So this season, whatever, there's a whole bunch of contracts. Let's say hypothetically, right? Hypothetically, we just dump De'Aaron Fox and Anthony Simons for nothing, right? Klay Thompson obviously going to decline. Nick Claxton going to decline. Lamont Lowe is the next highest player at $11 million on our salary cap. Keegan Murray, same thing, $11 million. So that's 22 out of a total 141 available. Shaedon Sharpe is 8, so that's 30. Donovan Webster, that's 6, 36. Keon Johnson, I mean, we'll even see if we bring him back. If we have the opportunity to go after Giannis Antetokounmpo or Jason Tatum, I'm going to take it. Evan McLeod, $4 million. So we have so much money to play with in next year's free agent class. I don't know who this guy is. Andre Nicholson? Sure, sir, whoever you are. Apparently you're dead cap. Anyway, this year's salary is all tied up in the point guards, and we just couldn't find a real good trade to make anything go through. I mean, even look at them right now. I can't even put them together and find a trade. If I just go De'Aaron Fox, it's just the same crap. So there's nothing that I can really find this offseason to really say, all right, this is going to put us over the top. The only one that was even close was a Tyler Hero for Anthony Simons flip, and that's just not good basketball management. That's not good asset management. So at the end of the day, we're not going to be making any trades. We're going to be rocking with the rotation. Anthony Simons and De'Aaron Fox, Shaedon Sharpe, and Keon Johnson. Klay Thompson, though, is our big free agent acquisition. Evan McLeod, Donovan Webster, Keegan Murray, Trendon Wofford, number 1 overall pick, Lamont Lowe, Nick Claxton, replacing Jakob Poeltl, who decided to jump ship and go to the Hawks, of all places. It looks like Jaylen Brown is going to go to the Spurs on a 2-year deal. Damn, I was going to give him way more money than that. And DeJounte Murray is going to go back to the Hawks on an underball deal. I would give you way more money than that, but he's not going to take it. So that is what it is. As for this year's free agency, Kawhi Leonard going to the Jazz on a 3-year, $144 million contract. And you know what that does to our pick? Because we do have another swap best pick. Swap best between the Clippers and the Thunder. We're going to have another probably top 3 pick next season. Man, we are just killing the game. As for Anthony Davis, back to Lakers, 4-year, $181 million deal. Anthony Edwards back at the Timberwolves. Tyrese Maxey back to the 76ers. LaMelo Ball is injured, but back on the Hornets. Tyrese Halliburton really tried to go after him, but he got its 3-year deal. It was going to be him, Jaylen Brown, and we'd have to give up Anthony Simons and De'Aaron Fox, and that was going to be the future of the Portland Trailblazers. But I feel like this just makes a little bit more sense. Zoe back to the Bulls, Domantas Sabonis to the Raptors alongside Pascal Siakam and Saddiq Bey. The Raptors are active, getting a whole bunch of mediocre players on their team. Tobias Harris to the 76ers. Klay Thompson, our major free agent acquisition, only $17 million as well, and Jonas Valanciunas. All in all, I think it's not the best offseason we could have hoped for. I was certainly looking to make moves that would put us over the top. Instead, we kind of remain at the same level, let our youth develop. But that's the right move because we're trying to win a championship now and in the future. We got the money to go after Jason Tatum next year. So the big time moves for us. Anthony Simons going to go up 2 overalls, now solidly an 87 overall. De'Aaron Fox basically holding steady here. Lamont Lowe going to be a stud, going to be a beast in this upcoming season. Shaedon Sharpe up to an 80 overall, jumps up 5 overalls immediately. He's going to be a starter. Everett McLeod jumps up 3 overalls. Donovan Webster jumps up 3 overalls. Keegan Murray does not, which is unfortunate. Klay Thompson going down just a little bit. You see across the board, his stats are still really solid. Nick Claxton going to hold steady at a 77 overall. Trina Wofford only going to go up 1 overall. Keon Johnson goes up to a 75. Dante and Willie Hernangomez all hold steady at a 74. And the GOAT, Caruso, drops to a 74. So no 90 overalls. Shaedon Sharpe significantly showing that he has the capacity to be a really good player for this team. Has the highest potential as well. Actually, Lamont Lowe has the highest. Then Shaedon Sharpe. Then Klay Thompson, Anthony Simons, De'Aaron Fox. And we're definitely going to be moving both of these guys. I'm just being completely honest. That's going to have to happen. But we have not a lot of changes, being completely honest, to the team. I think we did get a little bit better, and I'm curious to see what we're going to look like in the power rankings. NBA Summer League, don't care. All-Star City selection. Can I vote for Portland? Y'all want to come to Portland? Lamont Lowe has a concussion, and he's out for the season. All right, Summer League. Don't tell me we just have an injury-riddled number 1 overall pick. That's the last thing I freaking want on this team. 2K Hoop Summit, don't care. And let's advance on to the next season, 2024-2025 year. Not a lot of changes, not a ton of changes, but going to be De'Aaron Fox, Shaedon Sharpe, Klay Thompson. Looks like he's going to be wanting to take over the starting small forward. And I don't think I'm going to let him. I think I'm going to let Donovan Webster hold that spot because he earned it last year just being a bucket for us. Keegan Murray needs to show us some improvement, needs to show us some development. He's supposed to be an NBA-ready prospect, 24 years old. We gave up a first-round pick for him. If he doesn't produce, I'm going to go look in another direction, get some capital back for him because he has been a tremendous disappointment, and he's going to be earning $11 million in this off season. And Nick Claxton is not going to be starting over our guy unless he's hurt. He's hurt. How long are you out for? It's a concussion. 6 to 8 weeks. Fucking end me. What is your durability? Can I view his durability? We trade for the number 1 overall pick, and I can't even debut him in our first freaking game. What is this? His durability is an 81. Fix your durability, sir. It's unacceptable. You're the number 1 overall pick. God damn it. Did I just draft a Greg Oden? Did I just draft a what's his face? Got taken ahead of Michael Jordan. Is it Sam Bowie? Oh, Jesus. The Trailblazers back at it. Taking injury-riddled big man number 1 overall. Back at it. Well, we will be debuting our team without Lamont Lowe, number 1 overall pick, in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on these offseason moves, and I'll catch you in the next one.